Hello, fabulous gardeners. Ready to up your gardening game with something homemade? That's right, we're talking compost. This garden superfood is easy, cheap, and oh so good for your plants. Composting is easier than you think. Composting isn't just eco-friendly, it's a powerhouse for your garden's health. And we're all about making it simple and fun. Compost transforms your kitchen leftovers and yard debris into pure gold for your garden. It turns waste into something magical. So, are you ready to join the compost club? First up in our compost recipe are the green materials. These kitchen scraps are rich in nitrogen, which is crucial for speeding up the composting process. Think of them as the spark that starts the party in your compost bin. And then, we have our brown materials. These are your dry leaves, straw, or shredded non-glossy paper, high in carbon. They're like the slow burn that provides structure and balance to your compost mix. Meet the compost bin, a tidy hero for your composting journey. It keeps things neat and is perfect for small spaces or those who prefer a more organized approach. Or maybe a compost tumbler is more your style. It's all about ease and speed, with a design that makes turning your compost as simple as spinning a wheel. And then there's the classic compost pile. No frills here, just a straightforward way to start composting with minimal setup. It's composting at its most basic. What about worms? Vermicomposting is composting with a twist. Add red wiggler worms to turn your kitchen scraps into nutrient-rich compost. It's efficient and odorless, perfect for indoor or small space gardeners. Start with a plastic tub, a popular choice for do-it-yourselfers. Drill some holes for air, and you've got a perfect, cost-effective bin for your worms. If DIY isn't your style, consider a specially designed worm bin. These come ready to use, with built-in features for easy maintenance and harvesting. Next, prepare the bedding for your worms. Moist, shredded newspaper or cardboard creates the ideal home for your red wigglers to thrive. Finally, add your red wiggler worms and start feeding them your vegetable scraps. Remember, a happy worm bin doesn't include meats or citrus peels. Vermicomposting produces high-quality compost. It's rich in nutrients, perfect for boosting plant growth and soil health. This method saves space and time and also significantly reduces your kitchen waste, making it a sustainable choice for any gardener. What's the best way to put stuff in your composter? It's all about layering. Start with green materials and place them at the bottom of your bin or pile. You're laying down the welcome mat for beneficial microbes to come and feast. Next up, add a layer of brown materials on top. Continue alternating green and brown layers. This is key to a well-balanced compost, ensuring your pile breaks down efficiently without any hiccups. Compost needs a little TLC to thrive. Turning your pile or bin every few weeks introduces oxygen, like a breath of fresh air for the microbes hard at work. It's like stirring a pot to get everything cooking evenly. And how do you know when your compost is ready to party with your plants? Look for a dark, crumbly texture that smells earthy. If it looks and feels like rich soil, your compost is ready to use. Don't keep your garden waiting. Mix your finished compost into the soil. This boosts ground health, provides nutrients, and improves moisture retention. You can also use your compost as a top dressing for plants. It's like giving your garden a gourmet meal. What about ericaceous compost? This special blend is for the acid-loving plants in your garden. It's tailored to keep the soil tangy for beauties like rhododendrons and azaleas. If your green babies like their soil more on the acidic side, ericaceous compost is your go-to. It ensures they get the environment they thrive in, so they can grow vibrant and healthy. Compost isn't just about waste reduction. It's a goldmine for improving soil structure. It enhances water retention and aeration and introduces beneficial organisms back into the earth. Then there's manure, a nutrient powerhouse. It's packed with nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, essential for plant growth. A little goes a long way in feeding your garden. Sometimes, the best approach is a combo. Mixing compost and manure gives your plants the ultimate feast of nutrients and improved soil. It's about finding the perfect recipe for your garden. What cool things can you add to the compost pile? Don't overlook eggshells. They're a calcium-rich addition that helps balance your compost's nutrient mix. Your leftover coffee grounds add nitrogen that's essential for composting success. Leaves are crucial brown material. balancing the nitrogen-rich greens for optimal decomposition. Yard waste, including twigs and dry grass clippings, adds bulk and aids in aeration. Meat is usually a big no-no for composting. It often attracts unwanted pests and can smell. Dairy products also shouldn't go into your compost. They can cause odor issues and draw pests. Keep oily foods out of your compost. They decompose slowly and can upset the delicate balance of materials. Bones break down very slowly and can tempt animals. Best to leave them out. Plastics never belong in compost. They won't break down and can harm the environment. Avoid adding chemicals to your compost. They can contaminate your soil and harm plants. Sometimes it seems like composting is so slow. What can you do? Coffee grounds are not just for your morning pick-me-up. They're compost activators that speed up decomposition. Comfrey leaves are another secret weapon for your compost. Rich in nutrients, they help break down materials faster, enriching your compost even more. Moisture is crucial for compost. The texture should feel like a wrung-out sponge, moist but not dripping. Turning your compost introduces oxygen, which is vital for decomposition. A little effort here goes a long way. Choosing where to place your compost bin or pile is key. You want a balance of sunlight and shade. Start your composting journey in the kitchen with a small container for scraps. This makes transferring to your main compost easy. Once you've chosen the ideal spot, setting up your compost bin or pile maximizes efficiency and decomposition. A good location helps manage temperature and moisture, critical for composting success. It's all about giving your compost the best start. Do you live in a small space with no property to speak of? Welcome to the simple world of indoor composting. You can still transform your everyday kitchen scraps into nutrient-rich compost. You only need a small compost bin or tumbler, soil, and kitchen scraps. We'll also use some shredded newspaper to keep things balanced and odor-free. To set up your bin, start with a layer of soil, add your kitchen scraps, and then some shredded newspaper. This simple layering helps prevent odors and kickstarts the composting process right in your kitchen. The secret to keeping your compost odor-free? Balance. A good mix of kitchen scraps, your greens, and brown materials like newspaper keeps your compost smelling fresh. Keep the lid on, and you'll forget it's even there. Give your compost a quick stir every few days to aerate it, and if it looks dry, a light mist of water will do the trick. That's it! Composting indoors is hassle-free and keeps your kitchen waste to a minimum. After a few weeks, your reward is nutrient-rich compost. Use it for your houseplants, boosting their growth naturally. Thanks so much for joining us today. Starting a composting journey enriches your garden and our planet. Turning waste into treasure is a great way to harness the environmental benefits. We'd love to hear your composting stories and tips. Share your experiences in the comments below, and let's learn from each other. If you found value in this composting guide, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us grow this community. Craving more gardening wisdom? Stay tuned for additional tips and tutorials. Together, we can cultivate a greener world.